know that's been a long-term project of his, Beth Rodden's 514C trad route. Now for the women, we have Audrey Miller starting up the wall. They've gotten the volume fixed, and we're moving on. Our second woman out, Audrey Miller, 16 years old, from Atlanta, Georgia. This year earlier, she placed 4th place in the Youth Bouldering Nationals. And in 2014, she was 3rd place in bouldering and 6th place in speed. She, along with a bunch of other women from sport finals here, are going to be competing in speed finals immediately following this competition. At 16 years old, Audrey is certainly an experienced competitor, and I think this will not be the only finals we see her in.
Definitely not, Chris. That's the recurring theme with a lot of these young competitors.
Meanwhile,
Carlo.
Carlo's getting the high point now.
New high point for the men on the finals route. Would not be surprised to see Carlo come out and set a very high mark here. Reeling in those pinches. Carlo, so strong in these kinds of moves.
That's going to be a tough clip, but they do have to clip every draw.
See Carlo deciding that it was better to try and get to the next hold. At least get some credit for touching the usable surface on the next hold. He should get at least partial credit for that. We will have live scoring updates throughout the evening as they are warranted.
Carlo looking kind of psyched. And he should be.
Looks kind of pumped.
Yeah. Audrey Miller, a face we haven't seen too much of. This is her first adult nationals, and it certainly doesn't look like it will be her last. In addition to climbing, she is interested in fly fishing. Can't be a common hobby for these people who otherwise seem to be into running and yoga. But fly fishing, that's pretty cool.
Carlo taking in the rest of the finals here. We'll see a lot of the competitors just hanging out, cheering on their competitors. Very collaborative atmosphere here, as always, at Nationals.
A lot of big holds here on the women's route, but they all seem to be facing the wrong way, a way that is just strenuous enough.
Really nice use of her feet there by Audrey Miller, taking just a little bit of weight off her arms with her toes there. You see a lot of these competitors climbing really smart like that. Still so many moves left on this women's route. She is well up this wall, and there's still yet so much climbing left. You can start to see those bubble wrap holds. Those are not very good grips.
That's right.
I think this is where it's really going to start to turn on for the women.
I want to say this is about where Zoe got to, somewhere in here. I couldn't see exactly, but if she makes it another few moves, she will be at a new high point for the women. Audrey Miller is 5'5" with a +3 ape index. Let's see if that ape can make it work.
Audrey Miller climbing so strong and well beyond her years right now in this women's finals route. Trying to push onto the head wall for the first time here for the women.
And there it is. She's getting higher on this thing.
And actually looks like a pretty good hold that her left hand is on there. She'll be able to shake out her right arm at least, but you know her left arm is going to start to get tired. Audrey Miller coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, pushing really far up this women's route. That's going to just about do it for her. Just ran out of steam there, but that was a really great climb by her, Chris.
That was awesome. I'm super impressed with Audrey. Yeah, again, first time I've seen her climb, and even though she's no stranger to comps, that will not be the last. I'm excited to see her more. And because of the technical error, we are going to see the next woman out, Julia Talbot, before we see our next man, which is Ben Tresco. So next up is Julia Talbot. Climbed really well in the semifinals. In fact, Julia was the very first woman to decipher a very difficult-looking crux in the women's semifinal. The crowd cheered wildly for her after many, many women had already failed there. She also joined us in the booth for our fun interview.